Let's. I wanted to ask you also about your day job, because unlike a lot of writers, you're not doing something completely unrelated, because you're with John Wiley and Sons, and you are a copy specialist right now.
Yeah, it's basically like a copywriter. So all those fun emails that you get that are like, hey, did you remember to use your 20% off coupon? You should use it now. Like, I get to write those. I get to proofread those. I do a lot of like blog post articles. Just it really just depends. Sometimes I'll take, like, because I work in content marketing, which means I might take content we already have, like a chapter from a book that we have, and turn it into a blog post or short little like social media bits, something like that, to say like, hey, if you liked this, you should read the rest of the book. And most people probably don't even realize that they've heard of Wiley Publishing, but they probably have. They've probably heard of our Dummies books. So like Computers for Dummies, Raising Dogs for Dummies, all that good stuff. Writing Fiction for Dummies, all those good kind of books. So it's kind of fun. I really like what I do. I love my team. They're great. But yeah, it's nice to be in the industry. And so, we had mentioned publicity earlier. I actually used to work in publicity for Wiley before I moved back to content marketing.
So number one, how do you work in publishing, all day and then come home and get fired up anew to do more publishing?
I think that kind of saves it is that I'm doing very like different work in a way, it's not as creative. It's a little bit more serious, because like the emails that I'm writing might be directed towards teachers or administrators or business people, whereas I come home and the writing I do is directed towards, young adults and people who like fantasy. So it's very different writing. So it's kind of nice that there is that little bit of separation in there that I like. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting being in the business. It's like, a little bit, but not everything, and it's kind of crazy that way.
I don't know. I think that, you can make a writing job or a writing career with any job. I'm firmly convinced of that. And you don't want everybody working the same job, because then you get the same types of books. You want as many different perspectives as possible. But at the same time, having spent 8 to 12 hours a day waiting tables at one point early on, and then coming home to my writing, and just being exhausted, it would have been nice if that 8 to 12 hours that I spent, can I get you more coffee, sir, had been a little bit more focused on publishing and getting information. So what does that bring to your writing career, working with Wiley all day?
Oh, yeah. I think it brings great opportunities because you get to work with other authors. You get to kind of see what they're doing. You get to read what other authors are doing a lot of the time. And like I will help other authors work on articles, which then helps me think, oh, hey, I should write an article related to XYZ based on my book. And so I do a lot of articles about, writing and publishing and all that kind of stuff. I either share them on my blog or share them on other websites, things like that. And that's really a skill I learned from being in the marketing department at Wiley, was, okay, you should write these kind of articles. These, these list type things do well. These things don't do well, things like that. And so just working there, I think, has been a huge blessing to be part of the industry, and kind of see what goes on inside a publishing house, which helps me when I'm dealing with my own publisher and kind of saying, oh, okay, well, I need to email this person, or I wonder if they have a person who's the equivalent of this person in our organization who I can talk to about this problem or this opportunity or something along those kind of lines. So yeah, I definitely think it's been a huge blessing overall, and I love working there, and I love working with words and all that good stuff.
Oh, we're there. Annie Sullivan, teacher of book publicity, the class at the Indiana Writer Center.
Yeah.
What's the name of your class so people can sign up for it the next time it's offered?
I think it was just called like book publicity. That's a terrible name. I can't even remember. It might be how to market your book on your own, I think was maybe the title. Because I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, is how to get your name out there as a new author, either self-published or traditionally published, because even nowadays, traditional publishers expect you to do so much publicity and marketing on your own. And so that's something that I really, really try to do as much as I can, because I think you can really influence, your sales and everything by by doing publicity yourself. And it's not as hard as you would think it is. It's just time consuming. So again, it's like another job.